Just an update. We signed 2 players, fullback Shane Smith and tackle Chris Clark, to the roster. Any questions about today?
Not about today, but when you were looking to fill your special team staff openings, what made Rizzi and Galliano guys you wanted to pursue?
Well, the late Tony Sperano and I worked together in Dallas, and for 3 years, and he's someone that I would say I was very close with. Tony had coached and hired Darren at the college level, so I'd heard a lot of good things from Tony about him. And then, he was at Miami. I'd met him on a handful of occasions, and look, overall, I thought it was a good fit for us. His experience and his ability to teach. His teams have played well, so that's kind of how that really began.
The special teams units here, I mean, the specialists were really strong last year. The coverage units were really strong. So for those guys to step in and have that kind of solid nucleus to work.
Yeah, look, Mike did a tremendous job, and Brad and Kevin. Very quickly we ascended to become one of the better special teams units in the NFL, and you can look at, depending on how you want to look at it, but it played a key part in us winning 13 games a year ago, 14 then considering the playoff game. But there were a handful of games that went in our favor, and there was a play that we could point to in the kicking game that had a lot to do with it. So these guys come in again with the same mentality as teachers, looking to put our players in the best position, be aggressive and have enough things that we can do to take advantage of.
Sean, I know there's a little bit more work to do before the team goes to California, but how much do you look forward to, I guess, those interests, those 2-team workouts, and you guys seem to get a lot of productive work in against the Chargers?
Well, Anthony and I worked together for 3 years. I feel like our last 2 times we've been with them have been real productive. Both teams are really wanting to get better. They understand that. It's good climate change this time of the year when you have that opportunity. So, and then you're working against a playoff team, one of the better teams in our league.
From an evaluation standpoint, can some of these joint practices be even more beneficial than a preseason game?
Yeah, I think so. You might get more reps at something than you might not get in the game. You can essentially script out what you want to see and then who you want to see do it for your own team. And sometimes it's a little bit more difficult in the course of a game.
You mentioned yesterday that the team sort of hit a wall. How do you think they responded today?
I thought pretty good. I thought, again, we got 3 good team periods out here. We'll look at the film and make the corrections. We still need work at the end of game, at the end of the half. That's what we're doing in that last drill. So we got to continue to work that.
Sean, what is it about Chris Clark that you like?
Well, look, he's experienced. He's someone that has played, and he's a guy that can come in right away without as much of a transition maybe as some others.
Just saying about Shane Smith?
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk a lot about Drew Brees' longevity and him playing the game for so long, but for maybe positions that are more physical, specifically like a Ted Ginn Jr. at receiver, what do they have to do to have that same longevity to be going into his 13th year?
Well, look, there's some good fortune relative to your, injury health. Obviously, there's a lot of training that goes involved in it. They got to be able to run and be in shape, especially at that position.
Sean, are you surprised that Ted's still able to run like he is at that age?
That's something that he was blessed with, and we have this term. We don't need to see it every day, but we still need to see it. And he's a smart player. He understands what we're trying to do from a scheme standpoint, and he's been a real good addition for us a few years back. So we're excited to have him back.
Sean, looking at Deontay Harris in the return game, he had a punt return. It was like 23 yards, but there was a penalty. How do y'all evaluate that when there's a penalty involved, even though he had a nice return?
Well, look, we pay attention to the return, and he gets a plus. I don't think overall in a game there's a negative impact with a penalty like that, and yet, he did some encouraging things.
How was Will Clapp throwing his second?
He's doing well. He's getting a lot of work. We got a couple guys nicked up, and so when you lose a few players, there's more reps than that you're getting. We cut a few reps out of the team periods today, but he's doing well.
Coach Gino Grissom is a guy who seems to be flashing with the second team defense, third team defense. What are you seeing out of him?
Well, he's sudden. He's got pretty good get off. I think he, along with a handful of those guys in that front, these next few weeks are going to be real important for him.
So why is your relationship or friendship with Anthony Leonard?
Yeah, so Anthony and I were with the Cowboys together working as assistant coaches, and then we've always remained good friends. He's done a really good job there.
Why is intelligence something you kind of try to identify in a player when you're looking at him?
Well, generally speaking, the dumb players do dumb things during the course of the game, and the games aren't really long. The smart players, very seldom do dumb things, and so if you're looking at 11 or 12 series in a game, a dumb mistake might really erase one of them. You get a couple dumb mistakes, and all of a sudden you're down in a game, and the margin of error, I think, is just too close in our league.
Coach, I know you talked about it after the preseason game Friday, but can you speak on the separation issues that Little Jordan's having? Is that the only thing keeping him out of being a consistent receiver?
Well, no, look, there's a lot for someone like him who's a rookie, but he's competing, and we've seen some things that we think he does very well. But I would say, and not to be or sound cliche, but he's a work in progress right now. He's got some skill sets that we value and we like. He made a few plays the other night, and with his body type, you're not necessarily going to always get the separation you might want, but he's going to give you a target area, away from the defender.